working. Oh, I love that stuff. Okay, so this is our bowl, and what we'll do first is add the dry ingredients. So what I have here is 1.5 cups of the green banana flour, and normally recipes you use a bit less, so if you're using a normal flour, use about 1 3/4 cups of flour in there. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Make sure it's of good quality and there's no aluminium or anything like that in there. We've got 3/4 cup of organic raw sugar, or you can use vegan brown sugar. Now you can put in flax meal. I've got here 2 tablespoons of the almond pulp that came when I made the almond milk for the recipe. And we'll show you how to make that shortly. So that's just the pulp from the almond milk, 2 tablespoons. Then I've got 1/2 teaspoon of ginger powder, organic ginger powder. This is the brand I use in the organic shop. Get in. Beautiful spices. Now in here I've got 1 teaspoon of mixed spice, and I've also added another 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, just to give it that more cinnamon type of taste, which I really like. It's excellent for you, cinnamon. And then I've got 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt. So that's all our dry ingredients. We just mix them all together. Until we've put in all the ingredients, we don't know if it's going to be too dry or too wet. So we'll fix that up at the end if we need to. And another good thing about cooking is getting your hands in and getting part of the food, putting your energy into it. So I'll break up any lumps that you may have. One got away. So dry ingredients. And now I'll combine the wet ingredients. And I have here the fruit that's been soaked in the pineapple juice, and here is how I prepared it earlier. So to prepare the fruit, we need to get 1.5 cups of mixed fruit and nuts. Just make up a mixture of what is pleasing to you. Don't know if you can see it very well. What I have here is I've got some sultanas, some cranberries, I have some cut up dried mango, I have some chopped up macadamia nuts, some chopped up pecan nuts, and some glazed cherries. So we have 1.5 cups there of the fruit, and I've juiced a pineapple, and I've got 1 cup of pineapple juice. So we're going to soak the fruit and the nuts in the pineapple juice for a couple of hours before we make the cake. Okay, so I'll just place this in a bowl. I've been sampling these two, by the way. Something you can't help but do. Okay, so we can mix these up a little bit. This will be a delicious cake. Okay, now I'm going to add the pineapple juice. You can add rum flavouring to this if you want, or if you like, you can mix a bit of rum in with the juice. You can use orange juice. Okay, so what we do now is we'll let this sit for a couple of hours until we're ready to make the cake. Okay, so now we add the rest of the wet ingredients to this. So what I have here is 1/2 cup of almond milk, and here's how we make the almond milk and the almond pulp that's gone into the dry ingredients. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to make the almond milk. I have some almonds soaking here, 1 cup of almonds to 3 cups of water. That's the standard mix. Just place these in the blender. And I always always add a drop of vanilla, just to make that a little bit nicer. Just a touch. So the mix is 1 to 3, 1 cup nuts, 3 cups of water, or if you've got 2 cups of nuts, 6 cups of water. If you want it more creamier, you just cut down the amount of water. If you want to make it really thin, then you add more water. Make sure it's filtered water, of course. And you'll see this becoming a nice milky colour. So I'll just turn this on. What you'll need is a nut milk bag and a container, and we need to just pour it through the strainer. And of course we'll be using the pulp to make something else later on, maybe some crackers, or add it to a cake, or we might even add it to this cake. You can get nut milk bags on eBay or online. They're quite easy to come by these days. And of course you can use any nuts. You can make macadamia nuts. You can make macadamia nut milk, or you can make cashew milk. As I'll show you later, cashews is what we use as our cream. So adding cashews or water makes a lovely cream. We call this milking the bag. Just milk the bag until all the liquid is out. Then we put the pulp away in a container in the fridge. Like I said, you can use it for cakes, biscuits, crackers, all sorts of things. Some nice fibre and natural nut balls in there. This here's the fibre. Okay, so here we have our nut milk, which I'll be using in the recipe and in the sauce or the custard. I'll give it a little taste. Very nice, very fresh, very good for you. Much better than dairy milk. So let's get back to the cake. Okay, so now we add the almond milk to the mixture. Now you can add about half a cup of a really nice oil, like coconut oil. If you don't want any fat in the recipe, I've got here half a cup of pineapple pulp, which came out of juicing the pineapple, which we soaked the fruit in. Or you can use a mashed up banana, or you can use apple sauce. So add the pineapple pulp to that. It's going to have sort of a pineapple flavour to it. Oops. Okay, we've got here is 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, another very good thing for your health. 2 tablespoons of an organic molasses. I love this stuff on toast. My husband thinks I'm strange. It's full of minerals. Okay. And what I've got here is a tablespoon of chia seeds mixed with a tablespoon of filtered water, which is like your egg replacement. And it makes a nice gooey mess. Okay, so what we need to do now is mix the wet ingredients. I have to smell this. It smells divine. If you do want to add some alcohol to this, you can add a little bit of rum. I don't want to make it too alcoholic, but what I've got here is a pineapple port made from pineapples at the Tropical Fruit Winery of Murdering Point. And you can see my other video on the tropical fruit wines that you can purchase from there. Really, really nice wine. Nice ports and beautiful cream liqueurs, which are made from vegetables. rather than dairy, so there's no dairy in them. So I'm just going to add a dash of this. Pineapple. That's what I mean about the pineapple additions to this dish. Okay, so mix all that up. Make sure you have your oven preheated. If you're in America, it's about 365 degrees Fahrenheit. Over here in Australia, it's 185 degrees centigrade. You leave it in there for about 40 minutes, and then you turn it down to about 350 in Fahrenheit and 165 maybe in centigrade. Or just give it the normal prick test, see if it's done. Just keep your eye on it. Okay, so they're nicely mixed. So we've got the dry and the wet ingredients. We just need to mix them together, put them in the dish and get them into the oven. Okay, that just looks amazing. Well, it's be inventive, you know. Put your own little additions into it. Make it your own. While the cake's cooking in the oven, we're going to make a sauce to go with it. We'll be making that shortly. Smell. Okay, so I've got one of these tins. I've just put a very light coconut oil to stop it from sticking, and it's one of those where the bottom comes out when it's finished. So all we need to do is put this in the tin and get it in the oven. It's looking to be a nice texture, so we don't need to add any more liquid and we don't need to add any more flour. The green banana flour is a very, very good flour, very healthy for you. It will make it a little bit more dense. If you want a lighter cake, then use something like spelt flour. Whatever's your favourite flour, it's a good idea. And just roll this around. This is one of those cakes too that's a lot nicer the day after. But of course, for the purpose of filming, we're going to have to do it all today. Okay, so just hit it a couple of times on the bench to settle it down. And here's your finished product. Okay, so all we need to do now is put her in the oven for 40 minutes, then turn it down like I said, and just test it. So while this is cooking, we'll make the mango and cashew custard to go with it. Okay, so let's make the sauce. Trusty blender. Okay, so what we have here is 3/4 cup of the almond milk that we made in the beginning. Now I'm adding to that, I'm adding to that 1 mango flesh. Mangoes are in season now, a beautiful, beautiful fruit. Now I have here 1/2 cup of cashews that have been soaked in filtered water. Cashews are what we make cream with, so they make everything really creamy. I've got 2 pinches of Himalayan sea salt. 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, just a tiny bit. Skin, very good for the skin. Then we've got here a teaspoon of lemon juice. And a very large tablespoon of maple syrup. Love maple syrup. Can never have too much maple syrup, I reckon. course, a nice organic vanilla. I was going to put in vanilla bean today, but the vanilla beans that I saw were all dried up and horrible, so I have to stick to my nice organic essence. Well, not essence, extract. Okay, so we just need to blend this up. Follow the safety instructions. And away we go. So this is not going to be a cooked custard. The cake is cooked. The custard or the sauce is just done in its raw state. You don't need to cook it. So it's a good way to get some extra vitamins and minerals into your Christmas dinner. I'm going to use this funnel because I'm very good at spilling stuff. So what I've got here is a recycled glass jar. Can't wait for the cake to be baked. So we have our custard, we have our cake baking, then we might make some ice cream. This is a little addition. I thought I'd make a little bit of ice cream to also go with the cake. All you need to do for ice cream is use frozen bananas. And because I have some leftover soft cashews, I'm going to put them through with the banana. Okay, so all we need to do, this is a slow juicer. This is retains a bit more of the nutrients than the normal high-speed ones, and it makes beautiful ice cream and pasta. So banana ice cream is a great thing to give your children. Especially if you've got a lot of bananas that are going white, just take the skins off and freeze them and use them as an ice cream. Just throw a few cashew nuts in there. Save the rest for later on. And that's how quick and easy it is to make banana ice cream. And of course you can add other frozen fruits to that. Mango makes a fantastic ice cream mixed with banana as well. You can put through goji berries or blueberries, stuff like that. Just freeze them and got a beautiful ice cream. And a little bit of a mix to get the cashew in with it. I'll do a taste test. Very nice. So now we have the finished products. Cake's all baked. Got the beautiful mango cashew sauce, and we've got the banana ice cream. So I'm just going to dish this up, and I'd like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful holiday, and remember, the most important thing is health, love and family. Okay, so get the good food into you this year. Don't go for all the junk, and you'll have a bright future. But here's cheers. So here we are, all plated up. All I need to do now is get the taste tester.
Oh, hang on a minute. Ant's not in here. Oh, hang on.
Don't touch.
I could get in trouble for this.
Crispy cake.
Let's have a crack at that. Oh, that plate's nice. Stuffed this. See us.
Dave, I need your help. What? Dave?
Yeah.
Dave, what happened to my cake?
I don't know. Must have been the cat.
So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas,
You
everybody.
have a good one and have a healthy and prosperous new year.
Peace, love and mung beans, everybody. Have a fantastic time and stay safe.